as I just said, in Holland. And then he found his way at Celtic FC, where he won the Scottish Premiership and also won the League Cup, making Celtic win their first league double for 5 years. From there, he moved on to Southampton. And it was not long before Liverpool caught his fancy, and he switched off to Liverpool, where they signed him for what was at the time a world record fee for a defender. At Liverpool, he helped them end their 30-year title drought. Not only that, he helped them win the UEFA Champions League after making the second final in a row, not having been successful in his first final. And then he won the UEFA Club World Cup, and before that he won the UEFA Super Cup. An amazing player to look out for tonight. He'll be battling his wits against Leo Messi, who was born on the 24th of June 1987. Messi, at the age of 13, moved to Barcelona, as they now pronounce it. It used to be Barcelona in my time. And he started making his way up, made the Argentina under-20 side, won the FIFA Youth World Cup in 2005. If you remember the now defunct Metro Television, we brought you that tournament to the very end, where he pitted his wits in the final against John Obi Mikel and Nigeria, winning that tournament, announced Messi's arrival proper on the international stage. Last year, with Argentina, he won the Copa America on Brazilian home soil against Brazil. What an amazing feat that was. At club level, he's won pretty much what there is on offer at Barcelona and in the domestic Spanish La Liga. As though that were not enough, he's won one award after another, and he's also broken one record after the other. An amazing player who's often touted as Argentina's next Diego Maradona. The only thing that has made him fall short of that is a World Cup trophy. It's going to be a long night as we await to see whether Messi will finally become the new Diego Armando Maradona. Fitting in those shoes is no mean feat, and the weight he carries on his shoulders is extremely heavy. We'll see you in a bit. Maculate Akorot is here in studio, and of course there's William Uluya, Kariobangi Sharks FC coach. Let's see for ourselves on KBC, Channel 1, TV, your true sports partner, whether Messi will finally make history or football will make a mess of Messi. See you in a bit.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob, valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544#. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Chuma ya dosi ni chuma ya nguvu. Ikisimama kwa building, hakuna kitu baya ita happen kwa hiyo building.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Cheza loto, shinda pesa moto.
Nilikuwa najaribu tu nione. So jana venye nilipigiwa simu, ndio nilijua kweli loto moto ni ya ukweli. Nilitumia pay bill 75 70 70 account loto star alafu nambari ya simu. Kwa siku nilikuwa nacheza karibu mara 8 hivi. Natumia shilingi karibu 300. Jana ndio nimecheza zaidi usiku. Niliambia Mungu asante sana kwa sababu amenitoa kwa shida 1 2 3. Hiyo pesa kitu ya kwanza ni kumtolea Mungu shukrani. Fungu la 10 nifanye 1 2 3 kwa nyumba yangu. Loto Moto ni ya ukweli. Ukiwa na nafasi, ukiwa na pesa, cheza Loto Moto, ni ya ukweli anytime. Naamini tena mtarudi hapa tu. Asante.
Shinda pesa moto moto.
Welcome to the Living Room Stadium. It's the FIFA World Cup. The match is about to start. Food and drink ready. There's no space left for anyone. Come on, get your lucky chair. Take your usual spot. Even the puppy has one. It's preparation time. You can feel the tension in the air. And do you have everything you need to believe?
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia Futa. Dial star 544 hash. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Thanks to Madison Better Life Medical Cover, they have access to the best care 24/7. Madison Group, usibahatishe.
And Morocco will take the first one. Very well put in. Sabri scores his first goal. Oh, the advantage is to Morocco. 18 goals so far for Morocco. Left-footed as well. Puts in all the power that he carried in. And he's got Bono to contend with in goal. Soler goes to the same side and again he's cut off. Only wait for the next one and see whether they are in or not. Benuana. Oh, it's saved as well. The Barcelona man will step forward. Clinical finish that he attempts is cut off for Morocco. Rakimi puts it in the net, and they will not need to go for the others.
With your Equity cards, there is no need to carry cash or visit the ATM. Enjoy secure, convenient, and stress-free payments at no extra charge with your Equity cards. Jumambo ni kulipa na Equity card.
Huku ulimwengu ukiendelea kutazama kombe la dunia nchini Qatar, stesheni yako ipendayo ya Pwani FM inakualika katika tamasha ya Masha Burudani mjini Mombasa. Hafla hii itakuwa Disemba tarehe 11 Mombasani, pale Reef Hotel ndani ya Moonshine Beach Bar. Mwanamuziki mashuhuri kutoka Tanzania Nandi atawatumbuiza mashabiki katika usiku wa mihemko na mbwembwe za kila aina. Mashabiki pia watakutana na watangazaji wanaowaenzi wa Pwani FM. Pwani FM 103.1 FM Mombasa, tafrija ya Kipwani.
KBC Board of Directors, Management and Staff wishes all our esteemed listeners, viewers and clients a happy Jamhuri Day. As we honor the struggles of many brave hearts who fought for the country's freedom, let us strive to make our nation peaceful and prosperous. May God bless Kenya. Happy Jamhuri Day.
In the 1978 World Cup final held in Buenos Aires, the Dutch gave their hosts Argentina a great scare on their own home turf before the Argentinians turned the tide and won that very tournament, their first ever World Cup victory at senior level. In 1998, the Dutch had the last laugh in the knockout phase when they beat Argentina, who had also given them a scare. Dennis Bergkamp, you will recall, scored that beauty of a goal. In the 2014 World Cup semi-final encounter between the two nations that are fast becoming World Cup rivals, Argentina had the last laugh in a penalty shootout when they edged out the Dutch masters. Today, they face off. Who will have the last laugh? A World Cup quarter-final encounter between Argentina and Holland. This is KBC Channel 1 TV. My name is Tiras Wayaki, and I'm joined on my immediate left by Immaculate Akorot, who's a match commissioner. Immaculate, welcome.
Thank you.
And on her immediate left is William Muluya, the Kariobangi Sharks FC coach. Welcome, Muluya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. This one is a big one. As we talk right now, some faces are smiling with glee, others are in shock, others are very, very sad, because Brazil have just been edged out in a penalty shootout between them and Croatia. Let's tackle that particular encounter before we get on the main meal. Immaculate, your thoughts?
It is an interesting one because everyone, and I'll talk about everyone, especially those who grew up knowing that football is made in Brazil. So they thought probably this is it, and Brazil is going to make something out of it. But if you watched Croatia play Japan, you would see that this is not a team to underrate, because especially in the second half, they come out very strongly, and you might underrate them, but believe me, if it takes you to an extra time, then probably they're going to go and win the penalties. And we've seen actually what has happened. If you look at the statistics and how Croatia has played Brazil, they had only one shot on target. And that materialized and they scored one. And Brazil had 11 shots on target. So that tells you Neymar, actually, yes, he scored that goal, but he did not have a very big impact on his side.
Muluya, I've just spoken about some faces looking happy, others looking a bit shocked, and others looking Sad. You look sad.
Of course, I'm a fan of good football, and I think Brazil are one of those teams. But again, we can't fail to note that Croatia also did play well, especially tactically. They remain very disciplined, and the moment we fail to get something from the three fast attackers of Brazil, that is Vinicius, Richarlison, and Rafinha, then I knew it's going to be a hard one for them. But Neymar had scored a very good goal, only for them to be caught napping again in the last 3 minutes of the added extra.
Interesting to note that that second half was dominated largely by Croatia. Brazil were pretty much playing in their own half. Even Richarlison was caged in that half. You'd have thought, oh goodness, what's happening here? Anyway, in case you're looking as sad as William Oluya is, let me cheer you up with 1,000 shillings. All you have to do is answer this simple question. Which team did Argentina eliminate in the round of 16? In this World Cup, which team did Argentina eliminate in the round of 16, and by how many goals? So that's one question with about 2 questions in it, wrapped together. Just answer, which team did Argentina eliminate in the round of 16 in this particular World Cup, and by how many goals? Get to answer this particular question on the KBC Channel 1 TV Facebook page. That's the KBC Channel 1 TV Facebook page. Brazil have been underperforming at World Cup level for the last 20 years. They last won it in 2002. In 2006, Zinedine Zidane, probably the greatest player ever. That's an argument for another day, but he certainly was one of the greatest players in 2006. He almost single-handedly, on behalf of France, eliminated them from the tournament. From there, it's been a slippery slope. We don't even want to go into the 7-1 loss to eventual World Cup winners at the time in 2014, Germany, on Brazilian turf. Maculate, what's happening? Samba boys.
Actually, I am not so sure what is happening with that team, because it has a young team. It has an average age of 26 years, meaning they are not so old. It is tactically they are good, and they have very good individual players. And I'll just say that from their first game in this World Cup for 2022, they did not come out with that thriller that we used to know about Brazil. They've been playing a very good football, yes, but a very different football from what we know before. But and I think it's just their strategy that didn't work for them, because they used the same formation that they have been using all through, 4-3-3. It had worked for them before, but I don't know what actually happened to them. Maybe they thought because they are the best, they laid back a bit, and those ones that thought they were not good, they did their homework proper.
Muluya, if you look at Brazil, they came into this tournament, the first 2 games, they were playing technical football. They weren't that flairful. In the 3rd game against Cameroon, they opened up and played a bit of samba here and there. Even though it was what one may argue was a second-string side, because they lost to Cameroon eventually, 1-0. In the knockout phase, we saw the true Brazil against South Korea. But they didn't offer much opposition, the South Koreans. So maybe we got carried away because that beautiful football was fully on display. Then they come and meet Croatia, who don't really open up the game. They play strategic football, as Maculate has stated earlier. It's like a game of chess. Is Brazil going through an identity crisis between playing technical football and samba football?
I will say that I got worried when, of course, Richarlison did a very good goal against Serbia the first game. Then came in the second game, we saw Casemiro emerging as the winner for them with a goal. Then again, Cameroon came in, Abubakar scored for Cameroon. So I got worried in the group stages when they didn't actually score more, but they did it against South Korea, something that could have made them to finish their tournament at that match. But just when you started, you were talking about how they won the World Cup in 2002, and basically what had happened for the last 22 years. If you ask anyone, can still name the Brazil team that was there by that time, because you could remember we had Rivaldo, we had Ronaldo, we had Ronaldinho, we had Dida, we could have had Cafu, Carlos. But I don't know if 20 years from now, people will be able to remember the current Brazil squad that played in this World Cup. So what does it show? That I think the young players whom they are having now, they have gotten a lot of fame too early. And the big names, actually, they are not really combining to make it work for them. Because, of course, we have Neymar now, we have Anthony, but do they still carry the character that we used to see in Cafu, Carlos, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Rivaldo? I think there's a bit of a difference from now, and they're suffering it and it's taking actually quite long for them to come into realization.
It's funny because we grew up, as Immaculate stated, hearing that football was made in Brazil. Yes, there was the argument football was made in Germany, football was started in England, but there was always the talk of Brazil playing a different breed and brand of football. And it was not until 1994 that they lifted the World Cup. But before that, we had seen the Brazilian flair. The Careca side of 1990 at the World Cup was brilliant. And it took the genius that was Diego Armando Maradona to stop them, teaming up with Caniggia. But now, tell a child who was born between 2002 and, say, 2014, that football belongs to the Samba boys. And they look at you like you're a bit lost. Immaculate.
Yeah.
What do you want to add on to that?
I just want to tell them it's been a while since 2002. They just need to go back to the drawing board and look at what is it that they're not doing right. Because technically they have very good players.
They do.
But they do. And even play, they have a very good play.
Beautiful.
But their forwards are not just doing the right thing that is supposed to be done. Because this is a game that they could have killed it. They could have won early. They started by scoring, and then they could not hold that score. Immediately, Croatia came back and fought on and even carried the day. So I believe they need to go back and see exactly the quality of the players they had then. Can they match up and get the same quality now in the players that they have currently?
Can we blame Chiche, the coach?
No, I will say football is now becoming so dynamic. It's becoming so tactical. You cannot really underrate an opponent. All the teams, basically, they are becoming to be defined tactically equally. So sometimes it needs the magic of individual players. But again, we're not seeing more of those individual players, because as much as an individual player can define a game, but the team actually works more than those individual players. You can look at the Croatia today, beside the Modric and any other person, you cannot even mention the other names that were there. Yes. But if you look at the team tactically, I cannot not even blame Brazil as such, because people are so advanced, people are so researched, and it's not even becoming easier for any other king there.
Can you smile?
Yes, I can.
Smile then. Immaculate. Now let's talk Croatia a bit. These guys have been making a mark on the world stage at World Cup level since 1998. Of course, they are an offshoot of a larger republic that once was in the communist era, before they became an independent country, a small nation. But in 1998, they won many hats. And they went a bit silent, but they've re-emerged. 2018, first runners-up in this particular event that we call the World Cup, the world's biggest sporting event. And now, just when you thought, okay, Croatia, no, they beat Brazil. How is it that their football is growing and growing and growing from strength to strength?
I think being a small nation, like you're saying, they ought to be able to market themselves and also put themselves strategically in the map. So it is a team that is they're not so shouting. We don't hear about them so much. They don't open up a lot, but believe you me, they are a compact team, and we've seen what they can be able to do. It is a team that probably went back and invested on their young people, and tactically invested. They have a very good coach, and believe you me, it is a team that we are going to be watching in the next coming tournaments, because it's now emerging to be among the giants. We thought that Brazil is going to have a one-sided game, but that was not the case.
Muluya, what's happening in football? We'll discuss that later, because we'll be back shortly We just have to pay those bills. So it's time for a break, make some money, pay these wonderful guys. Maybe William Uluya will smile when he sees his paycheck. Brazil are out of the tournament. In a short while, we'll face off Argentina, Netherlands.
TV nayo na taa, hizo zote ni nyanya zangu.
Huyu nyanya wako kwani ni tajiri aje?
Nasema nyanya zangu, yani tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Hebu tena nionyeshe. We, naona unapata pesa na mavuno tele. Siri yako ni gani?
Natumia Elgon Thabiti Super Fertilizer.
Ya Elgon Thabiti Super NPK Horticulture Planting kwa upanzi wa mimea ya nyanya, na upandilie na Thabiti Super NPK Horticulture Top Dressing Fertilizer. Thabiti Super NPK inapatikana kwa viwango tofauti na kwa bei nafuu.
It's progressing nicely. It's the 16th minute of the game. What a shot coming from the left side. It was good, but it wasn't good enough. Corner headed into hanging header. No one else holding him. And the captain, but from close range, he pushes the ball between the feet of the goalkeeper. Ramos scores a second goal of the evening moment. And again, a team effort right from the midfield. It's a left foot shot. The striker. Here a good ball pushed in. And the Swiss side at least pulled back some pride. Took a little deflection as well. The Portuguese side are on a build-up again. And a through ball down on the right side. This one is chipped over the goalkeeper. And it starts from the middle of the field. Looks like a very good build-up for the Portuguese side. This is another substitute, Leao.
With your Equity cards, there is no need to carry cash or visit the ATM. Enjoy secure, convenient and stress-free payments at no extra charge with your Equity cards. Jumambo ni kulipa na Equity card.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob. Valid for 3 hours. Furahia futa. Dial *544 hash. Make chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
The game's progressing nicely. It's the 16th minute of the game. What a shot coming from the left side. Pretty obvious, although the advantage was awarded. Another cross coming from the left side. Right side rather, and an easy touch this time round. The Portuguese side are on a build-up again. And a through ball down on the right side. This one is chipped over the goalkeeper. Ramos scores his third of the night in 3 matches. But in what style? Again from the goalkeeper. You can count the touches. That's the second. That's the third. And the fourth and fifth put him through. His fifth and sixth is a chip of the round of 16. and to claim the last spot in the quarter-final bracket.
Your shopping celebration of the year imefika with Team Naivas. Krisiki kwetu, kila Mkenya ni mshindi.
Chuma ya dosi ni chuma ya nguvu. Ikisimama kwa building, hakuna kitu baya ita happen kwa hiyo building.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Kutokana na kuongezeka kwa visa vya ugonjwa wa ukambi na rubella, yani measles, Wizara ya Afya imepanga kufanya kampeni ya kuchanja watoto wenye umri wa miezi 9 hadi miaka 5 dhidi ya ukambi na rubella. Kampeni hii ya kuwachanja watoto itafanyika kwenye kaunti zilizoathirika sana za Garissa, Mandera, Wajir, Marsabit, Nairobi, Turkana na West Pokot kuanzia tarehe 9 hadi tarehe 18 mwezi huu wa Disemba. Chanjo ya ukambi na rubella itapeanwa kwenye vituo vya afya na vituo vilivyotengwa karibu nawe kwa kuzingatia hatua zilizowekwa za kukinga ueneaji wa COVID-19. Chanjo hii itaongeza kinga kamili dhidi ya visa vya milipuko wa ukambi na rubella nchini. Pia vidonge vya vitamini A vitapeanwa. Kumbuka, chanjo huokoa maisha. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Wizara ya Afya kwa kushirikiana na WHO, UNICEF na washirika wengine.
Before nilikuwa nafikiria chuma ni chuma. Wacha nikuambie.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
With a lot of confidence and a dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Sisi ndio tunabeba swag hadi ndani ya pitch. Sisi ndio the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. They wonder why. Time waliland kucheza ball na nati, sisi tulikuwa mguu chuma. Ball ni sisi na sisi ni ball. It has always been a part of us. We are passionate, so loud, they had to tell us to keep it down. Na sasa, it's that time again. The time for us to step up. Tuwakumbushe why Waafrika wana shine kwa ligi za majuu. So if you love football, love Africa. Cheer Africa. Africa ni sisi.
There is something that drives us to become who we are.
For me, it's my family. When they're unwell, I can't function.
How are you feeling now?
I'm much better.
Oh, thanks to Madison Better Life. Thanks to Madison Better Life Medical Cover. They have access to the best care 24/7. Madison Group. Usibahatishe.
Ai, kaka, hii ni miujiza. Mimi nimejaribu kulima wa mahindi hadi nimekata tamaa.
Nisikize rafiki yangu, nimebadilishwa na kilimo cha mahindi. Nauza mahindi yamenijengea, na pia mashamba nimepata, na isitoshe napata lishe bora ya mifugo yangu.
Shamba ndogo hivi unapata mazao mengi na pesa nyingi.
Kwa muda mfupi.
Siri kwa wapi?
Siri ni hii: kwa mazao kemkem napanda nikitumia Elgon Dhabiti Maize Planting, na baadaye napalilia nikitumia Elgon Dhabiti Maize Top Dressing. Bas, matokeo ni mazao ya ajabu.
Wacha nikatafuta hiyo dhamini.
Elgon Super Fertilizer is your surest partner in successful farming and is available in various packages that suit your pocket. Elgon Kenya, transforming farms and lives through technology. Buy Kenya, build Kenya.
Do you know you stand the risk of disconnection if you have not updated your SIM registration details? Dial *106# to check your SIM registration status. If your details are not updated, dial *106# and select option 2 to get the self-update link. You will be required to upload your original ID image copy, both front and back. Alternatively, you can visit the nearest Airtel outlet. Remember, you only have until December 15th, 2022 to comply. This is a SIM regulation requirement as per the Communications Authority of Kenya. Airtel, the most affordable network.
This festive season, mambo ni kulipa na Equity Card. Paying for shopping, lipa na Equity Card. Dinner out with friends, lipa na Equity Card. Fueling, lipa na Equity Card. Doing your hair, nails, makeup, mambo ni kulipa na Equity Card. Unaenda holiday, lipa na Equity Card. Una change luku, lipa na Equity Card. Because with your Equity Cards, there is no need to carry cash or visit the ATM. Enjoy secure, convenient and stress-free payments at no extra charge with your Equity Cards. Jumambo ni kulipa na Equity Card.
Welcome back. Argentina, Holland, World Cup quarter-final. William Luya, before the break we were discussing how is it that football has grown so much so that Messi may never win a World Cup. The game has spread to other countries and small dogs, the underdogs, are beating the big boys. Coach of Kenya Premier League side, Kariobangi Sharks, and you've beaten an English Premier League side in Everton. What's the secret behind such phenomenal growth?
I'll say now that when I say that there's a bit of equality in football, it's from the trainers, because we have diversified kind of knowledge that we are all getting. And so many trainers are getting the knowledge. We have players now who know each other well, because if you go to the case of Croatia beating Brazil, these players are playing in big leagues. And they are getting different kind of education, different kind of knowledge. And for them actually to come and match a bigger opponent, it's not a big issue. So I'll say that with the income of technology, income of higher methods of acquiring knowledge, footballing-wise, it's not going to be easy for any other team to come there and dominate.
Makilet, we are seeing an emergence of new players. We're now talking more and more of Cody Gakpo and talking less and less of the Thomas Mullers of this world. Mm-hmm. We'll be proud seeing Cody and company in a short while as they take on Messi. Do you think the Netherlands have what it takes to pull a Croatia on Argentina?
Definitely, yes, because these two teams, actually, we've had all over the coach saying that he wants to settle scores. I'm actually wondering what kind of advice he's giving his boys right now in the dressing room. But these two teams have met in 2014 World Cup, where they did not, they drew. And I believe they are now talking about surpassing that performance in 2014. And I believe they're using Cody Gakpo, who has already scored 3 goals already. And even Memphis Depay has also put his name on a score sheet. So I believe this Netherlands team, tactically, they're a very good team. Their defense line is actually very strong. So I wonder if Messi is going to penetrate into that defense and probably lift the trophy that he's really looking forward to. He's won Ballon d'Or 7 times, and I think this is one title that he needs now that this is the last World Cup that Messi is gonna play.
That leads us to our next question. You've had the Netherlands, the Dutch are really, really good tact-wise. So are the Argentines. We saw Messi play a sort of, in a roundabout way, a decoy role in the last game when they faced off Australia. He was playing further back Then he re-emerged out of nowhere and scored a beautiful goal further up front. But are the Dutch more superior than the Argentinians in terms of technical football, the technical aspect of it?
I will say that if you look at the two sides, it's really hard to tell that which side is going to emerge more superior in terms of the technical application, because the past record, what does it state? Argentina have gone for 40 matches. They only lost to Saudi Arabia, and if you look at them losing to Saudi Arabia, they had the best share of the match and the best advantage to win the match. Netherlands, since Van Gaal came back, 19 games, they have won 14, drawn 5. So another good record for the two teams. But I'm seeing Argentinian team putting up a very disciplined side defensively, knowing very well that Netherlands still live in the existence of total football brought about by John Cruyff. And because being a culture and philosophy of the Dutch football, they'll still be going to display the technical ability they do have. So, but I'm seeing Argentina trying to come up with a very tactical defensive side that is going to lock Netherlands from having the normal passing game that they normally enjoy.
Immaculate, is an ego a good thing? Because Messi is egoless. Messi doesn't have an ego, which is strange for a footballer, especially one of his repute. Yeah. But is that his undoing? The fact that he doesn't have an ego that can help push his team forward, drive them forward. The fact that he's a bit too soft for this game, that's not a gentleman's game. A plus or a minus, the lack of an ego on Messi's part?
Sometimes it is good to be yourself. I think Messi is himself, and Messi is really enjoying the game, because sometimes it's not too good. It's not too good to put yourself under pressure, especially you being the best player in the world, because there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of expectations from Messi, and probably him laying back is also a good thing for his team, because he's been talking to his team. We've seen the kind of play they are also playing, and I agree that it might be a strategy from his side to be able to lay back and push his team forward.
That's a brilliant thing, because it's time to boost your ego. We have one question for you. Which team did Argentina eliminate in the round of 16, and by how many goals? Which team did Argentina eliminate in the round of 16 of this World Cup, and by how many goals? Just get to our Facebook page, that's KBC Channel 1 TV Facebook. Give in your answer. You never know. You might just be the lucky winner of 1,000 Kenya shillings. I'm not sure, our director will tell us whether we have more time. Apparently we don't have, so let's go off to the Lusail Stadium, over to the hands of the Spanish referee, who probably knows a thing or two about Leo Messi.
Feel the excitement. Relish every moment. Get 1.5 GB at 50 bob, valid for 3 hours. Furahia Futa. Dial *544 hash. Make Chaguo smarter na Airtel, the most affordable network.
Are you looking for competent college training founded on Christian background? Sensei Institute of Technology is the right place. Welcome to the home of great practical skills where learning is hands-on, the CBC way, and everyone has potential. Enroll today for a course in plant operator training, mechanics, driving, motor vehicle and motorcycle mechanics, vehicle electronics, spray painting and panel beating, painting and decoration, wall and floor tile fixing, CCTV and solar installation, hospitality hospitality, hair and beauty, fashion and design, and many more. All you need is your ID card to be admitted to either of our 2 campuses in Nairobi and Nakuru. Call us on 0717-951-055 or 0729-891-301. Sensei Institute of Technology. My skills, my future.
The best way to predict the future is to create it. We believe the future belongs to those who dare to dream, the few who dare to be different. Welcome to where you belong, where memories are made, careers created, and all our dreams come true. Vera Beauty and Fashion College in Nairobi, Thika, Eldoret, Meru, and Mombasa, a center of excellence.
Chuma ya dosi ni chuma ya nguvu. Ikisimama kwa building, hakuna kitu baya ita happen kwa hiyo building.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Aya, sawa. Kemani, peleka hii oda.
Jambo.
Si jambo.
Nimetuma uniuzie gunia viazi ya harusi ya Mama Roda.
Haitawezekana. Nina oda ya supermarket, shule na soko ya mjini. Hawa hata washalipa.
Naona umevuna viazi vingi.
Sababu ni harusi ya rafiki yangu. Wacha tu nikupe viazi bure.
Asante mama. Na nikuulize, umetumia nini kukuza viazi vingi namna hii?
Natumia Elgon Dhabiti Super Fertilizer. Ina virutubisho vinavyoongeza mazao na ubora wa viazi.
Siri ni hii, kwa mazao kemkem mimi hupanda na Elgon Dhabiti Super NPK Potato Planting na kupandilia na Dhabiti Super NPK Potato Top Dressing, na bas, matokeo ni mazao ya ajabu.
Na umrudishie Mama Roda pesa zake.
Sawa.
Aya, sawa.
Woyo! Yes! Yeah! Yes!
Pay with your Visa card and lead the action this World Cup. Visa, official FIFA partner.
There's something that drives us to become who we are.
For me, it's my family. When they're unwell, I can't function.
How are you feeling now?
I'm much better.
Oh, thanks to Madison Better Life. Thanks to Madison Better Life Medical Cover. They have access to the best care 24/7. Madison Group. Usibahatishe.
Before nilikuwa nafikiria chuma ni chuma. Wacha nikuambie.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zote tunatumianga chuma ya dosi.
With a lot of confidence and a dosi.
Doshi Steel, chuma ya nguvu.
Do you know you stand the risk of disconnection if you have not updated your SIM registration details? Dial *106# to check your SIM registration status. If your details are not updated, dial *106# and select option 2 to get the self-update link. You will be required to upload your original ID image copy, both front and back. Alternatively, you can visit the nearest Airtel outlet. Remember, you only have until December 15th, 2022 to comply. This is a SIM regulation requirement as per the Communications Authority of Kenya. Airtel, the most affordable network.
Sisi ndio tunabeba swag hadi ndani ya pitch. Sisi ndio the fastest, the biggest, the strongest. strongest. They wonder why. Time waliland kucheza ball na nati, sisi tulikuwa mguu chuma. Ball ni sisi na sisi ni ball. It has always been a part of us. We are passionate, so loud, they had to tell us to keep it down. Na sasa, it's that time again. The time for us to step up. Tuwakumbushe why Waafrika wana shine kwa ligi za majuu. So if you love football, love Africa. Cheer Africa. Africa ni sisi.
Coaches, mmefika. Una maoni gani?
As usual, sina maoni. I told you we'll bring this home during Christmas. Na tukakuletea kikombe kikwetu. Na sasa tunakuletea Krisi kikwetu.
Tumeleta special offer this crazy holiday. Wakenya watapati mchana yote.
Till morning.
Napata tunaendelea kupeana vouchers, peana. Nakumbuka ya kwamba malipo ni Naivas Reward Card na Naivas Reward Card ndio malipo.
The 65-inch TVs from Coca-Cola are still big.
Very big, like this.
Una tap and pay ukitumia Visa card yako. Keep running to Naivas, keep running.
Na unaweza shinda na mbuzi silibaki. I'm celebrating.
A moment of silence kwa hizi mbuzi tao moja tunaenda kuzisosi.
Your shopping celebration of the year imefika with Team Naivas. Krisi kikwetu, kila Mkenya ni mshindi.
So you want to build a home, a beautiful home. You call your wife, who calls her friends, you browse the internet, but you can't find something great. They call you back, you are not satisfied. You get frustrated. Then one day, you find us. You see the land, you like the land, you buy the land and build your dream home. You invite your friends and joyfully celebrate. The Garden of Joy, Kangundo Road, is a ready-to-build gated community by Optiven. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Chuma ndio nyumba. Nyumba zetu zile tumejenga, tunatumianga chuma ya ndosi. Geji yake iko sawa. Ukikuja kukata, kuchomelea, chuma yenyewe imenyoroka.
Toshi Steel. Chuma ya nguvu.
Are you looking for a brand-growing outdoor advertising with beautiful simplicity and an artistically inspired choice? Look no further. Our 40 years of credible reputation and experience will give you exceptional brand traction. City Clock offers you their timeless units that will keep you in time, travel with you with time, and grow and shine with you on time. We offer advertising media throughout